If your nervous system is dysregulated, so we have a sympathetic nervous system and a parasympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic is super, I'm in danger, I'm working out, I'm playing basketball, I'm about to hit a last second shot. Sympathetic. Parasympathetic is cooling, rest, digest, repair, and heal. Unfortunately, most people are sympathetic dominant, and we want to be parasympathetic dominant. When you're sympathetic dominant, that means you're not resting and healing and repairing. You're not doing things that are going to have your body be sustainable. Your hypothalamus pituitary gland, adrenal axis is super elevated and like active all the time, which means it's going to be responding less to cortisol. It has a negative feedback loop to cortisol, which means that as your cortisol increases, the HPA axis, which is sending the signal for your cortisol to increase, as that cortisol increases, those signals should be coming down. But when we're chronically in an elevated state, that HPA axis is like no longer sensitive to the cortisol. So now the signals stay high and we're in this bad loop. So we want to be resting, healing, and repairing. Vagal tone and our vagus nerve is super important when it comes to that. That's like really doing a lot of breath work. That's humming. That's putting the tongue on your roof of your mouth and humming and like singing and meditation, yoga. That's really going to be good for your vagus nerve. Your vagus nerve is a very huge nerve that goes from your brain into your gut. And 80% of those nerves are actually going upwards. You know what I mean? So it's actually your gut communicating with your brain more than your brain communicating with your gut, which means if your gut is in dysbiosis, your nervous system is going to be in dysbiosis. So gut health is very important for that. Gut health is also important for LPS and keeping those inside. LPS are lipopolysaccharides, which are endotoxins. When they start to get into the bloodstream, they cause neuroinflammation in the brain. It's not going to be good. We don't want any inflammation. So omega-3s are super important. Pomegranates, berries, olive oil, those all cross the blood-brain barrier and help your brain out. Butyrate is a postbiotic that is created from your gut bacteria eating good things like prebiotic fibers and pectin and apples and pears and avocados and having a diverse amount of plants that you're eating every week. That's going to be really good for your gut. Gut health is super important. Getting good sleep is super important. Not putting a lot of stress on you through unnecessary things. When you do have stress, make sure you're handling it well. Meditating, writing things down, exercise, doing things that are fulfilling, very good for stress management. Lower the inflammation, manage the stress, healthy gut.